We're all trying to get more done, right? To hit that state of peak productivity where we just feel like we're on fire. But what if the way we've been told to get there is, well, wrong? Today, we're going to break down how to really achieve it, and I think the answer is going to surprise you.
So just think about it for a second. When you are absolutely at your best, totally in the zone, what does that actually feel like? For most of us, I bet a pretty specific image pops into your head.
And yeah, that image is usually the flow state. It's the super popular idea of, effortless focus. You're so absorbed that hours just melt away. It feels incredible, almost magical, and it's what we've all been taught to chase. But what if I told you that chasing that feeling is the very thing that's holding you back? That this whole idea of an easy, effortless flow state is actually a massive productivity trap? Okay, so let's get into this, the myth of flow. It turns out most of us confuse that easy, breezy feeling with the kind of work that actually builds real skill and expertise. And this isn't some small misunderstanding, it's a huge mistake that keeps us from doing our absolute best work. So check this out. This is where it gets really interesting. Flow is a performance state. Think of a master surgeon performing an operation she's done 1,000 times. It's second nature. But deep work, that's a practice state. That's when that same surgeon is learning a brand new, really difficult technique, where every single move takes intense, focused effort. One comes from mastery, the other one builds it. See the difference? And this leads us to this key idea from the psychologist Anders Ericsson: deliberate practice. The stuff that actually makes you better is supposed to feel uncomfortable. It's not the fun part. A world-class musician isn't in flow when they're running scales for 3 hours straight. They are grinding, meticulously correcting every tiny mistake. That's the real work. So, here's the big takeaway. That feeling of mental strain, the frustration when things aren't coming easily, that is not a sign that you're failing. It's the sign you're doing it right. That discomfort is proof that you are in the zone where actual, meaningful growth happens. All right, so now that we know to embrace the struggle, we can finally identify the real enemy of our focus. And it's not how hard the task is. Nope, it's the constant, endless pull of everything else. This is the real battle: deep work versus shallow work. So first, let's meet our hero, deep work. This is the stuff that truly moves the needle. It's the kind of thinking that leads to breakthroughs, to real innovation, to elite-level results. It's hard to do, and it's even harder for someone else to just come along and copy it. And now, let's meet the villain, shallow work. Oh, you know this stuff. This is the busy work that fills our calendars but leaves us feeling completely empty. It's the endless email chains, the meetings that could have been an email, the constant social media tinkering. It feels like you're working, but you're not actually creating much of anything. And here's the scary part. Our modern world, especially the workplace with its open offices and constant pings and notifications, it's basically a factory designed to produce shallow work. It's an environment engineered to shatter our attention, and that makes true, focused, deep work incredibly rare. And because it's so rare, it is becoming wildly more valuable. So, if the whole world is set up to make us fail, how do we fight back? How do we actually carve out the space for the work that matters? Well, this next part is your game plan. It's a simple, practical blueprint you can literally start using today. We're going to break it down into 4 simple, straightforward steps. That's it. Clarify, prepare, focus, and rest. Each one is absolutely essential. First up, clarify. Before you even sit down, you need to know exactly what you're going to accomplish. A fuzzy goal like "I'm going to work on that report" is useless. It has to be specific, like "I am going to write the first 2 paragraphs of the introduction." This gets rid of all the guesswork and makes it so much easier to just start. Step 2, prepare. And look, this one is non-negotiable. Your environment is everything. And I mean, put your phone away. Not just on silent. Put it in another room. Seriously, just having it in your line of sight drains your brain power. You have to create a fortress of focus. Clear your desk, close all those extra tabs, and yeah, maybe even face a wall. It works. Okay, now for the main event, focus. But here's the trick. Don't try to be a hero and work for 4 hours straight. That's just a recipe for burnout. Instead, work in short, intense bursts. Set a timer for just 30 minutes, and for those 30 minutes, you give that one single task your absolute 100% undivided attention. No exceptions.
And when that timer goes off, you stop, you're done, you've earned a break. But what you do in this 10-minute window is just as important as the work you just put in.
And this brings us to step 4, rest. And the key here is to actually rest your brain, not just give it a different kind of stimulation. So do not check your phone, don't scroll Instagram. That's not resting, it's just switching to a different distraction. Instead, get up, move your body, stretch, do something totally analog. This is how you recharge for the next round.
And remember, you gotta be realistic. This kind of intense focus is exhausting. It's like a heavy workout for your brain. Most people find they have a hard limit of about 4 hours of this high-quality deep work in any given day. So the goal here is quality over quantity, always.
But really, this is so much bigger than just a productivity hack. The benefits of doing this go way beyond what you get done at your desk. What you're really doing is fundamentally retraining your brain's ability to pay attention. And that, well, that changes everything. Think of it this way. You are literally building your attention muscle. And yeah, it makes you better at your job, for sure. But it also makes you more present with your family, more engaged in your hobbies, and honestly, just more satisfied with your life. You start to control your attention, instead of letting your attention be controlled by a million different apps. So I'll leave you with this question. Forget trying to change your whole life tomorrow. Just think about what you could accomplish. That book you want to write, that skill you want to learn, that huge project you want to finally launch. If you could just carve out 1 single hour of true, uninterrupted deep work every single day, that's where it starts. That's how you unlock everything.